Hello everyone. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me today. My name is Bryan Ruiz, and today I'll be walking you through Crackle and how we fit in the Sony landscape. So before launching into Crackle alone, I want to talk to you about the family that we are a part of. We are a part of just the one Sony family. So when looking at Sony as a whole and their different silos, we have Sony Pictures Television producing the same studio that produced Breaking Bad and Community and the Goldbergs are producing a bunch of our original programs. We're tapping into Sony Music to do a bunch of our original programs as well. We're also leveraging Sony Pictures Entertainment, which I will walk you through, and also working with Sony PlayStation as well. When looking at Sony Pictures Television and its network, all of these different logos up here represent Sony Pictures Television networks across the globe. We are in 159 countries and over 840 million homes. When looking at the orange logo right there, that represents Crackle. The reason why Steve Moscow really kind of moved Crackle into that Sony Pictures Television kind of realm is because there isn't that entertainment footprint for Sony in the United States. We don't have that linear channel. We probably never will because we're a Japanese company. So he really saw Crackle as that entertainment footprint in North America. So also before launching into Crackle, I want to show you guys a couple of different research slides around the new living room and how content and consumption is evolving over the next few years. So when looking at the household now, nearly or 96% of the households have a connected TV. Over the past probably year or two, connected TV has become more and more prevalent in the household, which means more and more people have opportunities to stream and watch content beyond just their linear channels and cable. As a result, connected TVs are now leading all in-home streaming. But obviously your mobile, your tablet, and your laptop are definitely top streamers as well, but connected TV is your top with 54% of in-home streams. When looking at consumer trends, the main thing that you guys are probably hearing out there is cord cutting and cord shaving. Well, 80% right now still have cable and satellite, but as time goes on and there's more options for more and more content beyond just your cable, people are starting to cord cut or cord shave and really cut back on that because they understand they can get a bunch of good content in other places. So in the next 6 months, what we're really seeing is that people are going to start either cutting, shaving, or just never have a cord at all and watching via their internet provider. What's interesting is that now streaming is the second consideration in the evening. What used to not really be a thought at night, people are now starting to stream more and more content right up next to watching what's on TV right now. And this kind of gives you an inside glimpse into, now with the connected TV and the proliferation of that, people are starting to co-view in the living room, especially with Crackle and Hulu and other different kind of competitors. People are starting to watch together, so husbands and wives and families. And people are okay with ad-supported, as long as the content's free. So ad-supported streaming is winning across all screens. People across connected, tablet, laptop, and smart screens. People are, as you can see from the percentage, people are okay with watching content that's ad-supported. But the reason why I came to you guys today is we're talking about Crackle and who we are. So to give you guys some background on Crackle, we are one of the #1 entertainment premium platforms for content. We have long-form Hollywood movies, award-winning TV shows, and really cool award-winning Crackle original programs. What's different about us is that we are aggregated, not we are aggregated, sorry, not curated. So, unlike a Hulu where you have to fish around for content, we're constantly programming to an audience. So when I go through this these kind of slides, start thinking of us more like an FX or an AMC. We are streaming movies, we are syndicating television shows, but a lot of our accolades are coming from our award-winning Crackle originals. Right now we're at about 30 million monthly uniques. Our ad completion rates are around 87 up to 90%. We're mainly seeing that because all of our content is long form. So when people are watching our content, they're very invested in it and they're watching it. And as a result, we're also seeing an engaged audience with 96 minutes per user. When you break it out by platform, though, we're actually seeing over 200 minutes across connected TV alone. So where do we fit in the video eco landscape? Well, you have your short form players, you have your YouTubes, your Vivos, your Funny or Dies. They're doing a lot of funny, really interesting pieces of content, usually like 2 minutes or less. Then you have your mid-form players, a lot of your TV. They're doing a lot of long-form episodes, never really full seasons, and a lot of derivative content. And then you have your long-form players, which is really where we see Crackle. We're up against Netflix and Hulu, HBO Go, and Amazon. All great products, all long When you start to layer in a couple of things, which I will walk you through, the difference between us and everyone else is that we are free across all screens. We are completely ad supported. We have a huge ad completion rate of 93%. So when you look at our ad completion rate of 93%, usually your short form players drop off because they're seeing about a 60% or less. People are hyper consuming short form videos and they're clicking around and they're not really staying if there's an ad there. When looking at 90 minutes per user in our engagement, these guys drop away. They're usually seeing 60 minutes or even less because there's not full episodes. I mean, there's not full seasons, there's just full episodes, a lot of derivative content. So there's not a good reason to stay there. And like I said, we are free across all screens. So unlike a Hulu where you have to have a Hulu Plus account to access all screens, we're completely free. When looking at us against other competitors' .coms, these are all different linear channels with their .coms. When looking at unique viewers in millions, we're seeing about, in this case, 6.1% million uniques across our online versus the other .coms. So you see we're ahead of ABC and NBC alone. But what's really cool is the time spent. So when you compare us against TVnetworks.com and time spent, we're at over an hour, 74.5 minutes. So we're beating out all the top players such as NBC, Fox, and ABC. So where is Crackle? So Crackle has a huge presence online. We have a .com. We have a channel on YouTube that we manage the rights for. We have an app in Chrome and Windows 8. We also have a huge presence across mobile and tablet. But more notably, we're growing so much in the gaming console space. So we were available for download on the PS3 and Xbox 360, but with the new release of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, we are preloaded right next to Hulu and Netflix. And then also connected TV, we're seeing a ton of growth there. So Bravia, Vizio, Toshiba, loaded outside of the box is Crackle. And also Apple TV, I don't know if you guys saw on the trades, but in December with the new update, we are now preloaded into Apple TV next to Netflix and Hulu. So what kind of content can you find on Crackle? Well, Crackle has all long-form content, like I said originally. So we have full-length movies, we have full seasons of TV shows, and then we have a bunch of really cool original series. But who's coming to watch it? After doing some research, what used to be a very, very male-dominant site, we're now seeing about a 50-50 split in male-female. We still have that male sensibility in our programming, but like I said earlier with the co-viewing and the new living room experience, we're starting to see that teeter more towards that 50-50 split. They're definitely very, very tech-savvy, high purchase intent, median age is around 32, but when you break it out by platform, we're starting to see a difference in median ages, with connected TV and consoles being a little bit younger, with online being a little bit older, but our median age is around 32. So how can you work with us? So we have a ton of opportunity. The first is we have interactive video. We have another interactive video, which I'll show you in another slide, that is cross-screen. If you're looking for mobile-specific initiatives, we definitely can work with our advertisers to give them a high presence across the mobile splash screen as well as tablet. But the coolest unit I really want to show you is C-Roll. So we partner with Innovid, which is an interactive video ad player. And basically what they do is they do interactive video, and we partner with them to produce the very first interactive video that runs across all screens. So I know you guys out there aren't really, haven't purchased connected TV too much in the past, mainly because it's not very quantifiable. Well, this changes the game. So now you can use a remote or controller to actually interact with the commercial on your TV screen. So as a result, now you can quantify metrics on, who clicked on the commercial on their TV or their PlayStation. Now I'll give you guys more metrics beyond delivery. So we did a campaign with FedEx last winter, and huge, great results. We had 90+% ad completion rate, 6.4% engagement, and as a result, they got 300% more time spent, which means outside of their 30-second pre-roll, they got an added 60 seconds earned media with people actually playing in the unit. So like I said earlier, we are also leveraging the power of Sony Pictures Entertainment. So the same studio that's bringing you American Hustle and Spider-Man, we're working with them to bring some of that content into Crackle. So if you guys are ever looking to work with a studio partner, but can't afford that price point of really working with a studio in that deep integration, you can work with Crackle, and we can kind of bring you those assets and different things from movie studios for your campaigns. Our site team loves to ingest brands into our site, so if you're ever looking to do something really splashy, we definitely do high-impact takeovers and wallpapers for you guys. But I want to walk you through some of our really cool originals. I'll walk you through some of these, but before I do that, I want to show you how we stack up against some of the other content producers in this space. So when looking at what we're going to be producing this year, we're producing a total of 128 total aggregate hours of content. So how that stacks up against a Hulu and a Netflix is we're number one. We're producing a ton of content. When looking at how much content we're producing up against other cable networks, we're right next to your FX's, TBS's, and AMC's producing quality original content. So the first and one of our star childs is Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Not sure if anyone's heard of it. It was this past year Emmy nominated. We actually lost, but we lost to a 9/11 documentary, so we'll respectfully bow out to that. But I'm not sure if you guys know, Jerry Seinfeld, coming off of the Marriage Rep that kind of flopped, he wanted to do something that was a cool project, but very, very quiet. He didn't want to do anything splashy, so we launched 6 episodes last January, and no promotion behind it. He didn't want any promotion just in case it kind of bombed. And outside of just managing his Facebook page, we put out, check out Jerry's new work. So over 12 million streams later across those 6 episodes, the series did amazingly. So we've launched season 2 last summer, season 3 this winter. We're going into season 4 in the next month, and continue on to season 5 and season 6 this year. We've also launched Chosen. Not sure if you guys have heard of it. We launched season 1 last January with Milo Ventimiglia. For the girls in the room, he was in Gilmore Girls. He was also in Heroes. Basically, the season 1 followed Ian Mitchell. He was a lawyer in LA, and one day he got a box on his doorstep, and there was a gun, a stopwatch, a picture of someone, and a note. And it basically said, you have 24 hours to take this person out, or you will die. So it's very much a thriller, not so dark, but definitely a thriller. We finished season 1 last January, did amazingly. So we launched season 2 this past holiday with Chad Michael Murray. Same kind of concept, but now he's gotten thrown into the game. And now we're launching season 3 in March. Cleaners is another one. It kind of follows 2 kind of hot chicks, lethal killers. Emmanuelle Shrieky, she was Sloane in Entourage, and also Emily Osmond. Not sure if you know, she was Hannah Montana's friend in Hannah Montana. So great cast. Also David Arquette, Gina Gershon was in it. So we're launching season 2 this coming fall. Also Playing It Forward. Playing It Forward is a new music documentary series with spontaneous street performances. So imagine Adam Levine gets out of a cab outside of your office and just starts playing a 15-minute set. You only can imagine, within 15 minutes there's probably a helicopter circling and 20,000 people, standing outside of. So we're looking for brands to work with us to find that right artist that fits your brand messaging and your audience, and really work with someone just to do these live spontaneous performances around the country. We did one with John Legend last November as our pilot episode. Did amazing. We did it in LA, and I can follow up with this, but really, really interesting deck, and we can get you guys a lot of custom content that way as well. We are in the midst of launching Sequestered. It follows 12 jurors who have been kind of sequestered because they have to figure out kind of the fate of this huge corporation that's kind of been under scrutiny for this unthinkable behavior. And then also we're doing something called Crackle Live, which is coming soon, but we're starting to get into the whole live realm where we're going to tap into Sony Music even more to start producing more live performances across Crackle where you can watch A-list stars such as you can see here, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Miley Cyrus for a bunch of concerts on Crackle. So when looking at our original series, what's different about us is that since we are the studio, we're not looking for millions and millions and millions of dollars to kind of greenlight these things. All of these shows have been greenlit, and we're definitely producing them. So when you work with us on a media buy, we're able to offer up integrations in alignment with our original series with complete added value. So think about that when you look through our slate, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.